Hi, everybody. We are ready to reveal the next chapter book read aloud. I'm so excited. So, we have received one vote for Frindle, one vote for the book about pets, and one write-in vote for the book called Witches by Roald Dahl, and 8 votes for the Lulu series. So that is what I'm going to start reading now. Now, if you voted for one of the other books, don't worry. When we finish Lulu, those will be our next options. So this is Lulu and the Brontosaurus, the first book in the series written by Judith Viorst. And here we go. Lulu and the Brontosaurus. Okay, all right. You don't have to tell me. I know that people and dinosaurs never lived on Earth at the same time, and I know that dinosaurs aren't living now. I even also know that paleontologists, the folks who study dinosaurs, decided that a dinosaur was once called a Brontosaurus, a very nice name, shouldn't be called a Brontosaurus anymore, and changed it to Apatosaurus, a kind of ugly name. But since I'm the person writing this story, I get to choose what I write. And I'm writing about a girl and a Brontosaurus. So, if you don't want to read this book, you can close it up right now. You won't hurt my feelings. And if you still want to read it, here it goes. Chapter 1. There once was a girl named Lulu, and she was a pain. She wasn't a pain in the elbow. She wasn't a pain in the knee. She was a pain, a very big pain in the B-U-T-T. Now, Lulu was an only child, and her mom and her dad gave her everything she wanted. And guess what? Lulu wanted everything. Tons of candy, tons of toys, tons of watching cartoons on TV. And if her mom and dad ever said, and they hardly ever said it, "Sorry, darling, we think you've had enough," Lulu would screech until the light bulbs burst and throw herself onto the floor, and then she would kick her heels and wave her arms. And pretty soon, her mom and her dad would say, "Well, just this once," and let her have whatever she wanted. Chapter 2. 2 weeks before Lulu's birthday, she announced to her mom and her dad that she wanted a Brontosaurus for her birthday present. What did she say? What? A Brontosaurus? Yes, she wanted a Brontosaurus for a pet. At first, Lulu's mom and her dad just thought she was making a little joke, and then they saw, oh horrors, that she was serious. They patiently explained that a Brontosaurus is a quite enormous dinosaur who lives in forests, not in people's houses. Is that where a Brontosaurus would live? I'm afraid that I'm not absolutely sure. But since I'm the person writing this story, I'm putting this Brontosaurus in a forest, along with a lot of other wild beasts that I'm absolutely sure did not live on Earth when dinosaurs were there. Anyway, Lulu's mom and her dad continued explaining to her, although a Brontosaurus is into eating plants, not animals, including human animals like Lulu, and although it is cute in a long-necked pinhead kind of way, it is much too huge and too wild to be a good pet. A dog, a cat, a goldfish, a bird, a gerbil, a guinea pig? Yes. A Brontosaurus? Definitely. No. Chapter 3. No. Her mom and her dad were telling Lulu no. Lulu wasn't used to hearing no, and she hated it. She really hated hearing no. To show how much she hated it, she screeched and screeched and screeched till all the light bulbs in the living room burst. "I want a Brontosaurus for my birthday present!" she said in between screeches. "I I want a Brontosaurus for a pet. Well, maybe we could get you a nice pet rabbit, said her mom. Or even, said her dad, a nice pet rat. No, 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 screeched Lulu. I want a Brontosaurus for a pet. Then she threw herself down on the floor and kicked her heels and waved her arms and screeched some more. Chapter 4. 4 days, 8 days, 10 days, 12 days passed. Lulu kept saying, I want a Brontosaurus. Her mom and her dad just kept on saying no. Lulu kept screeching and throwing herself on the floor and kicking her heels and waving her arms. Lulu's mom and her dad kept saying no. Until finally, on the 13th day, the day before Lulu's birthday, right after lunch, Lulu said to her mom and her dad, Okay then, foo on you. She had terrible manners. If you aren't going to get me a Brontosaurus, I'm going out and getting one myself. Lulu packed a small suitcase, said goodbye to her mom and her dad, and walked out the door. There's her suitcase. And they let her go. Partly because they thought that she'd change her mind and come running back in about 2 minutes, and partly because it was nice not to have a screeching, kicking, waving. Oh, partly because it was nice not to have her screeching and kicking and waving her and being a pain. Let's have a cup of tea and a couple of cookies, Lulu's mom said to her dad. Excellent idea, her dad replied. So they went into the kitchen and started munching on some cookies and sipping tea. And pretty soon, they had forgotten all about Lulu. And that is where Chapter 5 begins. So the next time we meet, I will be starting off on Chapter 5, and we'll find out what happens. Do her parents really forget when they're having tea? Did they really forget about Lulu? We'll find out. Bye-bye.